What is going on, people? This is Elder Tenchi, and on tonight's episode of On the Brain, we're going to be talking about streaming sites. Are there too many? Which ones are good? Which ones are bad? And which ones are just plain annoying? And also, which are we going to be looking forward to in the future for upcoming streaming sites and content? This topic was brought up to me by my brother Nabjita. Check him out on his channel on YouTube, along with our friends from the Crypto Nightmare YouTube channel and our homeboy Rick Azadrag. We just take a deep dive in some of our preferences for streaming sites like Hulu and Netflix, and also some upcoming ones like the ones that Disney's working on and Warner Brothers. And we just talk about our experiences from the past, present, and what we look forward to in the future, along with some obscure stuff which I hope you all enjoy. So sit back, relax, and enjoy tonight's podcast. Peace and love.
So yeah, streaming services, too many, and I hate that there's too many.
I think everything should get consolidated into Hulu.
Yes.
No. Wait, why Hulu?
Because I already have Hulu.
Exactly.
Oh, that's just bias.
Hulu already pisses me off enough, so.
Wait, why does Hulu piss you off?
I already told you like a bajillion reasons why Hulu pisses me off. The fact that you pay for it and still get commercials, and they want you to pay more to not get commercials.
Not for nothing. Like, I'd be good with just the two. Like, and maybe a third one for like the cartoons and stuff. But I don't mind. Like, but there's just far too much shit. Like,
all I have is Hulu and Crunchyroll.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I now have the WWE Network, which we'll be using this Sunday, and I can't wait.
see that I don't mind either.
Yeah, because it's like
it's a sport that I care about.
Yeah, but the main benefit of that for some people that like wrestling is that you usually get to watch like older pay-per-views, right?
And you get to watch. It's $10.99 a month, or $9.99 a month, and you get to watch all the pay-per-views for free.
Yeah.
Well, for $10.99 for $9.99.
Really free, but you
still,
get, you get access to the back catalog, especially stuff that you probably weren't alive for or too young to remember.
Like the very first WrestleMania.
Something that annoys me about all these new streaming services cropping up is when a network pulls out of a streaming service to try and start up their own thing. Like if you look at
like Disney.
That, or
I hate that they're doing that shit. It pisses me off.
The topic, the one that comes most to mind because it's the one that I noticed was CW. For the longest time, when the Flash or the Arrow TV shows, the DC TV shows, they would go up on Hulu the next day. They stopped doing that, and now the only way you can watch those online, you have to get the CW app.
Or Netflix.
But that's not something you have to pay for, though.
No, yeah, it's free to use, but it's just one more app that you have to use.
But I'm thinking more along the lines of shit you have to pay for because it's too much, and it's like now for no reason other than there's a lot. I mean, people are cutting the cord a lot, like. Yeah. More often than not nowadays, and it's just like everybody feels like they need to have their own streaming service, and it's like, no, that's not necessary.
I mean, what's the reason why you guys came together to have Hulu in the first place? If you're going to branch off and do your own thing.
Yeah, right?
I think
like all these, like the big networks, like the big four, they're all doing their shit on Hulu, so people that don't have it, but now they want to branch off.
Well, and then CW doesn't touch Hulu, which really
because their shit is there the next day anyway on the CW.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I mean, the better thing about Hulu, because Hulu used to be a lot worse when it came out. You used to have to wait 8 days to watch the same thing on Hulu. You'd be like super far behind.
But wasn't that when it was still free?
No, if Hulu's still free, this is why I hate Hulu, because Hulu's free, and to be like, alright, so to have it be free, you know, ads. Alright, cool. So I gotta sit through the same, like, 2 ads over and over again every probably, like, what, 20 seconds? But that's to get the free version, but then you pay for it for, like, $6 or $8.99 a month. And then you still get ads.
Commercials. No, I'm talking about like when Hulu first came out, because it was completely free when it first came out.
It was completely free, but you got ads.
Yeah, but I'm saying you still had to wait like a week to see the show.
8 days. 8 days exactly.
Also, when they first launched the Hulu Plus platform, everybody says that I'm wrong about this, but I could swear when they first launched the Hulu Plus upgrade, Hulu Plus was commercial free. It was free Hulu had commercials. Hulu Plus was HD commercial free. and then now they try.
It had commercials, what you call it, but if you had like a ad blocker, which I've been using since 2007, you didn't have commercials, so you could have had ad blocker, maybe not.
See,
I know that you're familiar with computers, so there's slight higher percent that you would have had ad blocker.
Yeah.
See, my problem was like, I prefer watching like Hulu, Netflix on my gaming system and then watching it on TV.
Oh, that's fine.
But it's like,
but when there's like a time where you don't have it, because they didn't go to gaming consoles right away.
No, but
I can watch on my gaming console.
if I wanted to, I had to pay for a subscription. I couldn't just like, I'm going to watch an episode of Sailor Moon and no, it was. You have to log in. Okay, well, you can have free 2 weeks, or you have to pay for this account. But I can watch it for free on my laptop, and I don't want to watch it on my laptop.
Right. Yeah, that was the other annoying
And that's
thing.
the other pain in the ass. The YouTube app like constantly messes up on my Wii U, so we just watch it through the browser.
Well, the Wii U and Wii U in general weren't really good for those type of services.
No, not necessarily.
No,
true. Like
but
Netflix on the Wii.
It's fabulous.
Exactly. Like after a while, my Wii basically just became my Netflix box.
Which I'm getting a PS4, so I'll be able to watch my WWE Network.
I think
I'm doing my
like
as well.
when streaming services were really becoming a thing, like Netflix. My parents had Netflix, but they had it for what it was originally for was renting
DVD.
Oh yeah,
DVDs,
I feel like
right?
a good majority of people had that.
But yeah, almost everybody.
I think everybody
That's what helped. That's what helped.
DVDs.
But then when
Blockbuster out the way,
right?
That and Redbox.
And Blockbuster. We were talking about this. What was it last night when Blockbuster had their own
streaming service?
Not streaming. Well, yeah.
Yeah, they had streaming services to try to compete.
Still.
They tried to compete. I mean, because the business model, everything was changing. Everything was changing. In order to survive, you gotta compete with what's the hot thing. The hot thing is.
Well, they try to adapt to the times way too late.
Yeah.
Blockbuster tried to set up their own Redbox style machines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that big Y.
Yeah.
Thanks.
They had a couple, but not. It was way too late. They had a streaming service. It was way too
And the
late.
kicker is they could have bought Netflix, but they were they had their heads too far up their asses. So
They thought it wasn't gonna last.
Yeah, right.
They thought it was just a fad. Oh no.
oh my god,
Yeah, but their gimmick thing for their service was that they got movies on their platform, I think, 28 days before Netflix did, but people didn't care because they already had Netflix.
Exactly. By
I
that
won't
time,
wait the days, you know.
Netflix was already going through people's computers. It was everybody. It was in people's homes. It's just like Netflix to me. I thought for a while Netflix and Hulu were just gonna battle it out for supremacy. You know what I mean?
I know. Hulu's main like thing why it's still on
It's the next day shows.
is because it had next day shows.
Oh,
It
definitely.
was tied to the networks that people were used to watching.
Yeah.
And you could be now it's next day. Like before, it was 8 days later you get a show.
Yeah.
And Netflix is always like, not for the most part, just been primarily movies. I mean, like, they've been dabbling in, their original series. Yeah, but they were mainly nothing but movies and maybe the
older TV shows.
Yeah.
And now, in order for you to watch a season of something that you missed, you got to wait for that season
and
to
then
be
you
over.
binge watch it.
But before, it was after that season was over, you still had to wait a month or two for them to actually get it on the Netflix platform. But now, if you're, say, watching a CW show like Supergirl or Flash, that will be up there 24 hours after the season is completely done.
On Netflix?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was a couple days after the season was
Like a
on.
day- now
No,
it's a
it's
day.
like a week. No, they said like a week
Oh,
after.
thank God.
A week after a season ends on the CW, it'll be on Netflix like a week later.
Thank God,
Which
'cause
is why I'm not fretting over what I watch, which from that platform is Riverdale and Supergirl and the rest of the DC shows.
And
Dynasty, are you kidding me?
And don't forget iZombie.
I never watched iZombie.
Quickly back to my point with the Hulu thing. When they first had the Hulu Plus, they said that the price is low. They said that still had commercials to keep the price low. Mm-hmm. And then a few years later, they come up with the what, $11 a month?
Yeah, which is
To have
no ads whatsoever.
Oh, no, my dad-
Well, no, because it doesn't count for every show. They'll have a warrant. They'll have a little,
So you still get ads with the $11 one?
like, yeah, certain shows.
Damn.
Certain shows, but it won't be but it won't be like they'll say, like, say you're watching, say, New Girl or Once Upon a Time. They'll tell.
I would never watch. But go on.
Once Upon a Time is amazing.
humor me.
Never watch it. Go on.
Yo,
Once Upon a Time's pretty good.
Yeah, just humor me, homie.
I said go on.
Yeah.
Like 2 times.
So with that, they'll come up with this disclaimer. Due to streaming rights, this is not part of our no commercials plan, and commercials will play before and after the show. Now, sometimes you'll get lucky, and it'll only play after the show is over, right? And you just got one commercial, and then it'll just move on. That's it. They don't let you know, but it's not every
Then what
other
are you
show.
paying for?
It's only some shows, but you know what? You gotta.
Even if it's some shows, you're still like.
But that's not.
Your mindset. Most people's mindset is when they're like, all right, I'll pay the extra to not have ads, and then you're still giving me ads. Like, then what am I paying for?
But that's not their fault, though. That's the networks.
It's not their fault, but the mindset of someone that's like my mom or like older or whatever, older than us, they're like, I don't want ads. I'll pay the extra to not have ads.
Oh no, my dad is 64 years old and I just let him into my Hulu account. And he's like, I want to watch Game of Thrones. How come you have Dad? Because that's an extra $50 a month. Well, why do you have commercials? Because that's an extra couple of dollars a month, Dad. He's pissing and moaning about things he's not paying for.
I'm like.
Of course, now you have Hulu also has a live TV option, which is like $40 a month.
Really?
I'd rather not.
Really?
With the live TV option, no.
No, I remember when they announced it.
All right, I'll do that.
Hulu wanted to immediately announce theirs to probably get up there first to deter people, but that's different.
YouTube has a live TV streaming
Oh, Jesus.
service. It's not YouTube Red.
YouTube
Red.
Is that like that thing Sony's doing too? Like
You do
PlayStation?
get, the View, similar.
Yeah.
How much is View a month? Because I'm.
Don't
I
know.
thought they were just.
I don't have a PS4.
Oh,
I thought they were discontinuing
Oh,
the
never mind that.
PlayStation View service.
Didn't seem like it was
Yeah.
doing well at all.
yeah. I don't get the. Maybe it's just because I'm a cheap bastard, but like, it's $40 a month to get the live TV for
Yeah,
like
but-
Hulu.
Yep.
I'm fine with waiting 24 hours. It's like the thing I don't know about the.
Well, no, the way I saw it when it was introduced was for people like my mom who are used to watching TV at certain times and not used to the watch whenever the heck
Being
you
at
feel
the
like a
mercy of those
concept.
TV studios.
The
Those
schedules.
bastards.
The
Well, yeah,
schedules.
for me, it's great. It's I used to work.
That's why Neon Alley didn't do. Neon Alley was a anime service that wanted to compete with the likes of like Crunchyroll and like Funimation and other anime streaming sites.
They were good when they lasted.
But
No, Neon was horrible.
but the problem, the problem
It was a scheduled service.
it was a scheduled service on just gaming consoles only.
Yeah.
So if you were not a gamer, but you were an anime fan, and you wanted to watch, say, a marathon of Naruto or a marathon
Here's
of
the
Ranma,
kicker. The stuff you wanted to watch came on at like 4 a.m.
4 a.m.,
So it was like a regular network. You just had to watch your video content.
but only on your
I
gaming
think it
channel.
had potential though.
It did.
They had potential if it came out earlier.
If it came out earlier when we were still in high school, I'd be all over it. 'Cause-
Except for you'd have to be up at 4 in the morning to watch something.
But here,
Well,
We got early to go to school anyways.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right?
Watch something, go to school, and then
I think towards the end though, they still had the schedule, but I think towards the end they also allowed on-demand viewing too.
yeah, but it was too late.
Yeah, that shit was late, but
By that time, everybody had already checked
for
out.
The dubbed episodes.
I mean, that was the whole thing. It was sub and dub, but they pushed it hard, but only if you had these gaming consoles were you able to watch it.
And if you wanted to like watch what you wanted to watch, but with an English dub, you had to be like on like
in your Chinese cartoons.
you possibly during while you're working, because I think it came on like in like noon or something, but most people were not available to see
Well,
it during
people
that time.
like back 2 years ago, Jeff would be working like midnight to 8. I'd be
Oh,
working.
for people that had third shift, that would be fine or whatever.
No, he'd be unconscious by like 10 a.m.
Sometimes.
For me, I'd be working 6 to noon, and I'd go home and gotta take the dog out, gotta go do this, gotta go do that. It's like,
Yeah.
what? one of my favorite.
Trying to do a paid
Get a chair,
service
bro.
with a schedule
Get a chair.
during that
I
time.
stole his. I tried to.
But while I would have liked that concept a few years ago, especially after Toonami had been canceled,
Yeah.
If it came out before Crunchyroll came out, that would have been an opportune time.
But remember, Crunchyroll was out, but at the time, Crunchyroll was illegal.
Yeah, Crunchyroll in its infancy.
Yeah, I know.
You
I know
download
that.
the episodes for free.
But it was like the equivalent of YouTube when people would just put bootleg stuff up there, and the frame rate would be horrible, and it would be like somebody's Grady VCR.
Oh, there's still tons of those videos floating around.
Yeah.
Like so many of like old school wrestling, like the Hardys coming out, and it's on someone's TV.
They filmed it like just filmed the television with a camera.
Basically. One other thing that's a service I really have an issue with for my own reasons is Verve or VRV, as other people know it.
I've heard good things about that.
I have not heard of it. What is Verve?
Okay,
It's a
so
newer
horrible.
streaming service that
Verve was created by the same people that brought us Crunchyroll, and it's being pushed hard, especially in the otaku community.
Because it was born from the deal that Funimation and Crunchyroll made.
Well, yes and no, not just that.
No.
Crunchyroll came out with this. You know, it had nothing to do with what Funimation.
Verve's premise is appealing. So basically, if you like other, if you know websites like Rooster Teeth and Nerdist and whatnot that have their own like premium for their website,
Yep.
you can pay $9.99 a month to get access to Crunchyroll, Funimation, and those websites content on Verve or VRV as some other people call it. That's fine. That's not the thing I have an issue with. The thing I have an issue with is that if you're watching something, for example, Dragon Ball Super, and knowing that Dragon Ball Super has over 100 episodes at this point, and you want to stay current with it, what Verve does instead is bring you to episode 1.
They won't let. They don't let.
No, like you
They
click
won't
on,
let
you click on Dragon Ball Super's on right now. Click here to like watch it, and you click on it, and then it brings you to episode 1.
It doesn't bring you to an episode list. Or
It brings you to episode list.
episode you were
We
watching.
gotta scroll
But
down
you gotta
to the very
scroll
bottom
all
page,
the way
and then click
down.
on the most recent episode.
Jesus, that's
They
first
should.
world
They should
problems.
have.
yeah, right. That is
It's not
the first world. Is the first world.
It's not first world. It's come from people that made Crunchyroll, and they should already have this shit like down pat.
Yeah, but you're saying you can't be asked. Okay, I get it. No, okay,
it's
yeah.
like-
Miming scrolling just hurt my finger. I get it.
Well, I think what he's getting at is if you imagine doing that for a series like Naruto that has like 700 episodes.
Every time it updates
1,000
every week.
episodes.
But
Look, you click the little thing and you drag it all the way to the bottom. That didn't hurt.
Miming things. I get it. No, I get their struggle.
no, but
Oh my
like
god.
the other thing.
And I'm the lazy asshole that
The
just
other
sits
thing
there
was
for
that it
hours
wouldn't
and
keep me
watches.
updates. Like, it wouldn't import all my information from Crunchyroll, and it's made by the people who made Crunchyroll.
And the funny thing
And
is,
I have to resubscribe and rebuild everything. I was like, why not just import? You made this.
they did after about a
Is
few.
it well known though that VRV and Crunchyroll are the same company?
They advertise.
Yeah,
it on
they
Crunchyroll
advertise
all the
it.
time. It's
They
like, hey,
advertise
we
it
made
all the
Verve.
time.
Oh, okay.
Come hop
Yeah.
on Verve.
About a year ago, when it really started catching wind, Verve announced that you could link your Crunchyroll account to your Verve account, so you wouldn't have to worry about paying extra. However, when I tried doing that, they swore that my account wasn't premium. I'm like, I'm paying for this. Why in the world? And all I wanted to do was watch cartoon Hangover stuff. That's it. I didn't want to watch anything else.
That's not the issue.
I didn't know, like, as far as like my experience with Verve or whatever it's called was the fact that it picked up a bunch of CISO shows.
Yeah.
Because CISO was a comedy streaming service where it had like a bunch of like episodes of like Monty Python, old episodes of Kids in the Hall, all this other stuff, and they had a bunch of original shows.
Yep.
And it's kind of the prime example that not all streaming services will succeed, because the thing was only maybe 2 or 3 years old, and it just went under early or late last year, sometime.
Right.
And I know that I know of like maybe 3 shows that were picked up from CISO and they are on VRV or VRV as some call it.
Yeah, some call, well, the only reason I know it's VRV because when Bravest Warriors was still taunting in season 3, it was like, we're going to like not put season 3 on YouTube and put it on this new platform that just launched. That at that time was. They said we're putting it on Verve. They kept saying Verve over and over again.
Because YouTube did not have they weren't making the money off of YouTube
as they hoped
that they thought. Because now, because everybody knows the YouTube struggle, but they weren't making the money off of these brand new animations that they hired Korean and Japanese studios to help them with, and all these budget issues, and I'm like, man, really?
Right, but
and it was only surprising because it was Frederator, same people that brought us all that great stuff when we were kids.
Yeah, Frederator should have money, but whatever. No, they was like, all right, we're not doing season 3. We're going to put season 3 on this platform. That's going to cost you $3 a month. And by the way, this platform at that time was only accessible to people in North America. So our international fan base, yeah. That's another reason why I start getting verbs I'm not sure how I feel about this new service. I was reviewing the service. That's why I had those complaints.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. I'll take these from me so I don't eat them all.
And I totally understand what you mean. But only time will tell if that gets any better or not.
I'd like to add that Hulu buffers during the shows, but no, the commercials play just fine.
Actually, mine's been glitching.
That can kind of fuck right off.
No,
I watch a show and it buffers every 3 minutes. But the commercials, no, those are perfect.
It's because your internet's
perfect.
Stick.
Yeah, but perfect HD for the commercials. You got into the show, and it's like watching it on a Game Boy.
Yeah, right?
Look, here's
original Nintendo quality.
My Hulu's been glitching to the point of the shows are in HD quality, and the commercials, it's like a black screen for 5 seconds.
Oh no, you don't get to watch the commercials?
I know, it's fabulous.
Some people have forgotten, but there were clips of shows you could watch on their Game Boy Advance that came on cartridges.
Yeah, the Game Boy Advance video they had for a long while.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
I forgot completely.
I still have the first one that they did, Dragon Ball GT. They called it Dragon Ball GT Volume 1. But let's be honest, it was the only volume they put out.
Yeah, right.
It's also, things have such limited memory, especially if you're like me. I like watching on a TV. I'm fucking lazy and weird.
Right.
I miss having having cable.
I don't
at all.
I don't.
But I'm also in a slightly unique point because in middle school, my mom said fuck cable and went to satellite, and then when we went to DirecTV, they gave us a TiVo for free. And I was used to recording shows.
I haven't heard names.
I know, right?
Yeah, that went the way of Blockbuster.
TiVo.
Well, no, the DVRs.
No, I just started the DVR
still
service.
around.
That's it, yeah.
But I'm saying just when we had to have that specific thing, now that the DVR is built into the service now.
The thing,
Well, they had the TiVo was built into the receiver that they
TiVo
gave
made
us.
you have to pay to record, didn't they?
No, it was because it was built into the receiver for DirecTV.
Well, for other things, you had to pay a monthly service
Yeah,
for
but TiVo, if you went out to Best Buy and bought a TiVo DVR.
No, you did that, but DirecTV was having to do. They just it was in the receiver, it was part of it. You couldn't have this with the.
It wasn't independent of the Dish Network or whatever.
If I had something like that, I probably wouldn't have missed cable as much.
But no, I was for a while able to record shows, only watch the show and not watch commercials. I was been commercial free for a while, and then I've been using AdBlock since 2007. So I've been very disconnected from ads and happy.
Well, I missed wrestling. That was the main thing. Was I missed Monday night stretching out on the couch and watching Raw. I missed my Friday nights were freaking SmackDown. I didn't go out in club or any of that. I never went out in club, but I missed watching
It's
wrestling.
overrated.
It is.
But you bring up CISO. The only way I knew of CISO was a thing. It's because Saturday Night Happiness.
Yeah.
They were doing their own show called Saturday Night Happiness Show.
It had a gang of really good original programming. I don't get why the network went under at all.
Oh,
You know, it's even got one show I was talking about earlier, Bajillion Dollar Properties. That was one of their like most pushed show. Like they had 3 seasons going, and they filmed the 4th season. Then the network went under, so they have a 4th season with no place to air it now. So I'm like, what's going to happen with that?
My theory is because there's so much competition, you know what I mean, and each one has their own system as far as, you know, you pay for this, you get this certain amount of shows, or you pay for this, you get this, you know, you get this service. Right now, the biggest thing is competing. Hence why, you know.
But I feel like because it wasn't like, say, a Netflix or a Hulu. It was a specific thing. It was nothing but comedy.
But maybe that's a little too specific.
Yeah,
Who doesn't like comedy?
No, but that's not what I'm saying.
My issue with CISO at that time, because I didn't know it had all the other stuff, was first time I happened is the first season was on their website for free, and then went to CISO, and then their complete second season was CISO only. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna pay for that. I'll watch the first season for free.
Yeah, like that big of a change is.
it might have been that.
Similar thing happened with Go 90.
Yeah,
because we were watching the Street Fighter thing. We saw that for free on the Machinima page on YouTube, and they was like, "Oh, you want to watch the other thing? You gotta go to
Go 90."
That might have been it.
Make money somehow.
That could have been it. It's like, hey, we're getting it for free here. Why am I going to pay more for it?
But the thing is, like, at the time, Go 90 was just an app. A lot of these things.
I'm not gonna go from watching this thing that I was kind of interested in on my computer to watching
it
the
on your
second
phone.
half on my phone.
Now you killed that.
But that was when the site had first launched. So you had Verb was just an app, right? There was no website for a while. Same thing with Go 90. But me being the type of person that I am, if I'm interested in watching a show, I am going to figure out a way to watch it. Now Go 90 is a full streaming site as well as an app, and they have some interesting shows. But you know, you could definitely tell that if this was like in the time that we were growing up, like an MTV generation, that would be the stuff I'd be watching all the time. Because now everybody's got a reality show, everybody's got a makeover show, everybody's got a shorts cartoon show. Everybody's got all this stuff.
Does everybody have a short cartoon show?
Well, what I'm saying,
almost.
Just about.
There was actually like a little wrestlers.
Yeah, I remember that on the
WWE camp.
Does it?
That might as well have been rocking and wrestling.
For me, like I bounced from Hulu to Netflix.
Same here.
And it's like
But that's what the Wii U is good for.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, maybe I want to like watch an episode of Tiny Toons and then go and binge The Flash.
My only problem with Netflix on the Wii was the fact that it doesn't start up automatically. The next episodes don't start up automatically. That was my only problem.
I like that they let you at least like pick. Do you want to start another episode? Do you want to watch something else?
If I'm watching a series, I'm not gonna stop like after the first episode. Like, no.
Well, it might be.
One's enough, I suppose.
Well,
No, I'm watching this for a reason.
Well, what if like you're giving a show a shot and it's because like don't hate me. I tried Tiger and Bunny. I didn't like it.
Okay.
Who's hating you? I didn't care for it either.
Nobody's hating.
Okay. Well, yeah, like so I watched one episode. I'm like,
Everybody's got different tastes.
Like, okay, and again, part of me liking magical girl stuff. I guess there's a spin-off that's Netflix exclusive of The Winx.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's another thing I have an issue with, the exclusive to
content.
this area.
You know,
Well, it's not so much exclusive, it's just an original series.
No. I'm talking about when it's not an original series and it just is exclusive.
I would like to get the next day episode of like iZombie or something.
Like, well, it's more in your face with like anime streaming services.
Yeah.
Where it's like you can only watch this anime if you're here, but you can only watch it if you're there. And I was like, I want to watch it.
But it's because of licensing rights.
That's the biggest.
Not always.
But
not
most of the time.
But now
I'm talking about between like Amazon and Crunchyroll.
Oh, because they have this most of the same content. Well,
They have exactly the same content. And then Amazon was like, well, if you want to watch this unknown anime, I was like, I guess I'm never going to know that anime.
But it's
I'm not talking about like Funimation or Viz because they do have licensing, but like, not Amazon just be like, nah, we just got more money and we're just going to take the show to try to watch Anime Strike, which went under. So,
and like I think the biggest thing with Anime Strike is the fact that they wanted you to pay for it like it was its own separate service, even if you were a Prime member.
If you're a premium member for Amazon, you still had to pay another $6.99 for Strike.
Yeah.
And I looked at Strike's catalog. Most of the stuff that was on Strike's catalog, I could watch on Funimation, I could watch on Crunchyroll, or I could watch on High Dive. Used to be the anime network. Most of the stuff I knew exactly where to watch it, legitimately, not a problem. But you're expecting me to shove an extra $60 just to watch episode of Samurai Champloo. Like if you
can I toss something in there too?
Yeah. I
would try to use Amazon Prime on my Wii U because I'm fucking lazy.
There you go.
And I wanted to watch Adventure Time. It's like, oh, here's the first episode. I don't want to pay $8.
Oh yeah.
Well, Prime, yeah, you gotta pay.
Prime Video is like they'll sell you like the full season.
It's free on Hulu.
Then why are you trying to watch it on Amazon?
Because I didn't have Hulu yet. We went to Comic-Con and we got a free month trial.
That was a little different. Now, Amazon seems to have a lot of content free, and it's like
I feel like Amazon though they're mostly original stuff. I don't see that what other than anime.
They have everything, but like searching for stuff on Amazon Instant Video is a mess.
Oh, on Instant Video, heck yeah.
I'm still miffed at Amazon, so I'm avoiding them for a while.
Well, okay, that's understandable.
No, they sold me something that wasn't in stock and then wouldn't refund me.
Yeah, this shirt was supposed to be a light up arc reactor. This is what they sent me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's real bright.
It's shining.
No, it's supposed to be one like a button, a switch, and everything. Then after multiple complaints, still got nothing.
I'm just elaborating for people that can't see the shirt.
I was an asshole.
This is audio only, so they can't see that can't turn on.
No,
I was gonna get to that, Steve.
See, I was an asshole and I raised so much hell that I ended up getting like $60 credit on a $12 cup.
Fuck me, right?
And no, they tripled my refund because it was like $12.95, so I got that, and then they gave me this for free. So I did pretty well. And then
nice.
And then the refund because like it took them a week to pay me. Oh, now you have to go to your bank. Oh, suck my dick and just give me my money.
Okay, but I got something.
Like
I got something.
Like a garage band that failed.
All right, I got.
Suck my dick and give me my money.
I got Cinnamon coming to the stage. Suck my dick and give me my money.
So, all right. So I have a question. With the upcoming streaming sites from WB and Disney, do you think they'll make it?
I think based on the strength of Warner Brothers' back catalog and all the other stuff they have, plus the fact that people are going to sign up for it just for Young Justice Season 3 and the Teen Titans show.
Oh my God!
I mean, they're gonna do pretty strong when they first start.
Because but
then because
but then they still have room to grow. I mean, who knows what's gonna come after that?
But here's my question: Are they gonna pull all their other stuff? Because like
no, I don't think
Justice League, Animaniacs, Tiny Toons that's on Netflix and Hulu.
I don't think so because Hulu just got the contract for the 2-season order for Animaniacs. I don't see them doing
and
that.
they just
But I'm saying when their Netflix
not anymore. Actually, with Netflix, if you search for Animaniacs now, it's not on the catalog. It's exclusively on Hulu now.
Because Hulu is going to give them the 2 seasons coming in like 2 years, which pisses me off.
I gotta give, you know what? I gotta give Warner Brothers credit for finally giving us Tiny Toons in the entire catalog, not just a few episodes on a DVD.
I love it. I've been binging it.
My main concern though is with the Disney thing coming up. I'm hoping
they are pulling their stuff off of Netflix.
They're pulling their movies though.
No, they are pulling their original content too. They did.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm dead. Yeah.
Man. So I
thought they were just pulling the movies. I didn't think they were going to pull the series too.
Movies,
but
series.
Is it just the Disney princess movies, or like are they going to keep Marvel there?
No.
Because I
No, they've already said no. We're not going to do that. But
Yeah, they said they weren't going to pull the Marvel series.
right now,
Oh, then I don't care.
we got until 2019.
Well, then I don't care.
So
Like, that's not a year away.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, but what I'm saying is they are going to eventually pull
I
this
don't-
because everything that's under the Disney banner.
But this is the thing, though, because the Marvel shows on that aren't as, say, Disney friendly as with
Disney-friendly?
the rest of the stuff that they have up there.
Yeah.
And just because it's under the Disney banner, there's still Marvel things, and yeah, Disney's putting money behind them. I see them still staying on Netflix for the time, you know.
Or they'll do what they're about to do with the ESPN networks.
Amazon Prime, which is not specifically video streaming, but they do offer you video streaming. It used to be you could pay the yearly fee, but you also could pay a monthly fee instead if you want.
Yeah.
The monthly fee used to be $10.99. Now it's either $12.99 or $13.99. I forgot. So
I pay yearly, so
they need to stop raising the prices. If they want to charge more on a monthly fee, they should just make a separate package where maybe they could just say, you don't get Amazon Prime free shipping and all that stuff, but you still get to access our video service. And here's a perk for paying these extra for.
I thought that was
something like that.
Well, okay, so I would agree with you if I didn't think of it like I did with Netflix. When Netflix went up, I was a little, it went up by a buck. I was a little miffed, but at the same time, you had to think about
Go ahead.
what they're paying for. They're paying for
I'll be
more
good.
original
Go ahead.
content half the time. You know what I mean? It's not just to get more.
No one really asked you to do that, so.
No, but it's.
And not all of it's great.
And not all of it's great, but they have their fan base, and in order for them to produce more of this content or get
I'm
some
pretty
more,
sure most of it is the stuff that they don't pay for that Disney pays for. More stuff watch the superhero original content than their other original content, and the other stuff other people pay for like the comedy specials.
As far as I know, though, like you look at Crunchyroll, I'm pretty sure they've been the same flat price for like forever.
actually no, they
I think
no.
they went up once.
They did go up once, but when they started doing all these other things, like they have a partnership with Funimation, and they have all they have all this other stuff going on. So I think they're pretty good. I'm not we're not gonna.
My issue with Crunchyroll is that they don't innovate or evolve. They've been the same since they came. Yeah, they've been stagnant since they came out.
Like the site pretty much is the
They
same.
need to upgrade their servers because there's a lot of times a new episode, like especially Dragon Ball,
Especially that 100th episode. That was
a new episode comes out. You try to go watch it. Everybody's trying to watch it at the same time, and you just got nothing slapped with nothing but errors.
I'm error.
I only have
Legend of Zelda 2.
I have a similar situation with watching some things on Funimation, but that's only, I think my biggest thing is when I'm streaming something on Funimation, even if it's something older, their player will occasionally lag.
Yeah,
and
Funimation needs to update their stuff as well.
And they'll it'll stop, and then it'll act like it's trying to catch up with itself. Like you'll hear the audio, but then the video will be a still, and then it'll just catch up with itself. Now, if it wasn't for the fact that they had so many great things up there.
Yeah, but you can't be like, oh man, that's a good show. I'm gonna let this slide. You should let that slide.
No, I'm not letting this. But the only reason why I'm not really complaining as much is because it doesn't happen to me often. It happens every once in a while. It doesn't happen
It happened
that
to me
often.
the entirety of trying to watch Space Dandy, so I was fed up with it.
Wait, the entirety?
Entirety of
How
what
is
happened.
it?
Space Dandy.
It was interesting.
Space Dandy is
a pretty good. It's like a more comedic version of
Cowboy Bebop.
You were telling me about that. I want to say.
Yeah, Space Dandy is pretty cool. The first speech is about boobs.
Sold.
Yeah.
I don't see the big deal about him.
Well, because you see them every day.
Yeah, and they gave
I
me
mean, I kind of do too on my phone, but I mean, in person, it's a totally different animal.
Oh my god.
What, though? I have a big question. How come Pornhub hasn't gotten in on this?
They do.
They do.
Pornhub Premium.
They got. Dude, no. See, porn sites.
I mean, I've been
porn
told.
sites. Porn sites. They already got this.
There is
more likely
Pornhub
beat the
has
charge.
gift cards.
No, listen.
That's why you asked me for $1.
No, okay. All my Pornhub shit, I'm not paying premium. Look, I'm not even on the site that long.
Listen. No, that's why.
I'm not paying premium for a site I'm on for like 5 minutes.
If you pay premium for Pornhub, you got issues other than
Listen,
Pornhub.
I'm only on the site for. I spend more time searching than actually watching.
There for the articles.
Yeah,
the
comments. You know what? Not for nothing though. Sometimes the comments on those videos are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, they are.
My God.
Dorkly posted one time that apparently 2 people that were married got into an argument in the comments because
Not
they figured
surprised.
they were who each other was. It could have very well been a staged thing, but
Not surprised. I'm pretty sure there's a subreddit with all Pornhub comments. I would not be surprised. I'd be surprised if there wasn't.
Listen, like, okay, but here,
there's
Probably 3.
There's wrestling with the
At
bulge.
least.
but with porn sites, they already got this online because they figured this out a long time ago. And you're not even paying for like full movies. You're you're just paying for scenes.
No,
that's
like on the ones like the big ones like Brazzers and your other bank. Am I revealing too much about myself? Should I know these two?
Okay.
No.
Too much
No, Bang Bros. I've been watching that since. Before like better part of a decade.
All right.
And I mean those sites. I mean the thing is like, yeah, you're paying so much for it, and that's how it's.
But they're quick to give you
They
discounts.
give you a trailer.
They will give.
And I feel like, okay, do we really need more than this? Like,
No. Because
Alright, so a lot of features.
I'm just saying.
A lot of features that you see on YouTube came from porn sites. Like
Exactly.
seeing parts of the video in the loading bar.
yes, they got their whole mechanics.
I'm just saying.
but now we
pornos
got-
that are like an hour long are thinking way too highly of
We
themselves.
see a
Yeah.
feature in YouTube. Just remember, it probably came from you porn first.
Yeah, with all these tube sites, it's getting like it's really.
Don't ever be mean to a kid and tell them that if they want to watch YouTube Red for free to go to RedTube.
Oh no.
That sounds so like
YouTube should have thought more going at YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we get that your thing is red, but you know what? Maybe
Still a little bit too close there.
think about that for a second.
Someone during that meeting must laugh when like the board of directors was like,
Oh, you know, there was one dude when they were meeting for that and said, "We're gonna call it YouTube Red," and somebody's like, "Seriously?"
I gotta go to
Okay.
gotta go to the bathroom.
And the
real
guy's
quick.
like, "What do you mean by that, Todd?" I mean, nothing. You want to call it YouTube Red?
You have
You just like
Go for it.
you have fun with that, buddy.
You'll be in at least the top 5 in that. It'll be, I want to say, let's say a strong 3. What do you mean, Todd? Nothing.
no.
You'll find out when you're older.
Don't Google it.
Let us know what you think of streaming sites and which one
I hate my life.
which one do you like, loathe? Do you think there's too much going on or what?
Ew, 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 ew.
Are they getting out here with this pricing?
Ew, ew, ew.
I'd say yes. But let us know what you guys
Ew,
think.
ew, ew, ew.
And we will catch you on the next recording. Peace, love, and never be normal.
Bye.